What's going on, everybody? It's Childish, back at it again, coming at you with another Summoner's War video. In today's video, we're going to be showcasing my new RTA team as I recently got my account optimized by the one, the only. It looks like Ace. Hey, Ace, how are you doing today?
Doing well, bro. How you been?
I'm doing pretty good, man. Like I said before, I'm pretty much on cloud nine. For those that don't know, Ace and I recently collabed to do a video about 2 weeks ago featuring the anti-triple card team that we used. We were very, very shocked to see how much support that we got. So I was like, man, we got to connect once again and do some more collabs. And fast forward to now, I think Ace realized that my account has some potential, but I wasn't showcasing it the right way. So we connected, we did some account optimization, and now we're going to showcase the team that literally got me to almost 200 points today in RTA after testing it out here. So I'm pretty excited about that, man. Can't wait to show it. So I guess the first thing that we could start out here before we look at the units that we're utilizing in is just kind of talking about the goal for, season 15. And, a lot of people out there, I think that this is something that kind of gets overlooked here because, again, a lot of people want to get in there, just throw some runes here and there. They don't really think about the goal they're trying to do. What's their game plan? What's their strategy? And the thing that we both talked about was, we're both family man, right? We got the family, we got the kiddos. We don't got a lot of time on our hands. So if we have the chance to go with an aggressive comp, a fast comp, and just get the wings done versus not utilize the wings at all, that's what we want to go ahead and do. And that's what we did. We set up a very, very fast comp with relative to my account. And now we're going to take a look at the main 5 units that we utilize to get ourselves quite a handful of points here. So which one do you want to start out with?
Well, let's take a look at the only Poseidon, man.
Oh,
We
man.
are going to create this new Poseidon battle, maybe. He's what makes your team go.
Yeah. So talk a little about Poseidon and kind of the strategies kind of built around them.
All right, so obviously this Poseidon will take Childish as far as his runes allow. So this was the highest speed I could get on him with enough crit rate, enough accuracy, enough attack, and enough crit damage. So as you can tell, he doesn't have much HP.
No.
He does not have much HP, and he is swift broken. If we could get him on will, that would be ideal at that same speed. But the plan is, as you guys are going to see right now, it doesn't matter if he has HP or defense. If he doesn't get hit, he doesn't need it. The team is centered around the Poseidon and the Ganymede, enabling the team to basically get 2 turns before the enemy gets 1. And of course, also on some crit damage. We want him doing damage. It's been a lot of not a misconception, but a lot of people, they're just so, it's like they have the blinders and they think Ganymede, because he's a support unit, that he must be on HP, right? Mm-hmm. But no, his skill 3 has an insane multiplier and he does a ton of damage. So, crit damage Ganymede is really, really fun to use, first of all, and just being irresistible on that reset makes him amazing.
Right. And one thing to kind of add to is that, and this is something that's it's not like anything new in the sense. It's something that we don't generally see on a Ganymede, but I mean, if you think about it, there's so many people out there that have been running bruiser, support crit damage units for the longest time. I still remember What the Foi back in the day when he would run 4 supports, 1 damage dealer, and everyone thought they were big brain 200 IQ because they're like, oh, I'm going to ban the damage dealer so I can win. Right. And he would wreck him because all of his units were on crazy bruiser runes. That just got the best of them because they just, like I said, they were just super tanky. They were well rounded. They did a lot of damage here. So even though I was kind of, confuzzled when I first saw it here, I'm like, well, I guess it makes sense. Kind of similar to the Poseidon thing with the low HP. It's not about like, oh my God, like what am I gonna do with 12 HP? If you're controlling the match, if you got full control, you might as well run a damage, Ganymede. And if I had the runes, we could run a damage Chiwu as well. You know what I'm saying? Like it's all about it's all about doing whatever we got to do to take these units out as fast as possible. That's the aggressive way. Taking a look at the Ganny Poseidon combination again, the Poseidon being able to pull those attack bars back with a skill 3 is going to give basically the full turn combo here. Now, we already talked a little bit about Gemini, and of course, I already kind of mentioned here the Chiwu. These are going to be our 2 strippers here. And then, of course, we have kind of a flex pick here, which could be a wide variety of units. The Samantha, the Scion, the Rika, the Ethna. Those are some of the biggest ones here. And then we got a couple of single target strong units here that we can kind of throw on the side depending on what the opponent does. You know, we got the Saurian,
Right.
Daphnis,
Yeah, like the
Masha,
Daphnis, the Ciara, the Leica, the
Leica.
Masha, you
Yep.
can flex into some single target like snipes as well.
Mm-hmm.
So that's
Mm-hmm.
what I like about this team as well.
Yeah. Yeah. So in essence here, this strategy, super fast, super aggressive, try to get full control of the opponent and just drop them down there. How now there's a couple of things that we want to mention when it comes to this team composition here. You know, obviously, we're pretty much set in stone that we need to go with our Chiwu there first pick here. Now, after that though, you recommended to go with a Gainy Poseidon combo. Now, is that something that's kind of important just for my count alone?
Yeah, well, you know what? Obviously, during the pick and ban phase, the way the turn order of your picks can actually win or lose you the match.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really important. First of all, Shiwu is very meta, so that's why he has to be first pick. Because if he's not, they will steal him, right? If you have first pick, you got to slam him down before the opponent takes him.
Right.
So that's the reason, and obviously you're locking in your speed lead. Your comp needs that speed lead, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now the next two are that they're almost like just neutral damage or neutral control. So neutral damage from the Poseidon because he cannot glance, right? He
Right.
cannot glance, so it doesn't matter if they slam down, for example, 3 wind units into him because his skill 3 cannot glance. So he's not going to glance into them. And then obviously the Ganymede, he's not element neutral, but guess what? His reset is element neutral. So that's what allows your comp to be very, from there on, you have element neutral, control and element neutral damage. So that allows the rest of your comp to go. And from there, then you can pick which is your next best damage source according to what the opponent has on the table. And then obviously, you don't want to show your hand that you are going to be running 2 speed leads, and you don't want to show that one of them is the Gemini because everyone knows Gemini's not on well, right? So
Mm-hmm.
that's why he needs to be last pick. Kind
Yeah.
of like a little chess match between you and your opponent.
Let me ask you this. Since we got a lot of people in here just listening for overall basic RTA strategy, one of the things that you've kind of mastered when it comes to your RTA is pivoting. Pivoting when you are going with an aggressive comp and you see somebody kind of mix it up here. So can you talk a little bit about the pivoting strategy and some of the things that you look to do when it faces you?
Right. So guys, honestly, the most important thing is practice. It really is practice. You need to do enough matches. You need to take those punches to get better. All right. So things to look for example, if your opponent first picks up a step, especially in the lower ranks, you kind of can assume there's a cleave coming, right? So if for example, Childish got second pick, the opponent picked a step, he does not have to commit to picking this comp. He
Right.
can pivot right into Vanessa, Triana, all of these anti-Miho, anti-cleave monsters because chances are the cleave is coming. So you are going to learn that through practice. You're going to be able to identify the kind of compositions you're going to be facing the more you do. And therefore, you can pivot right out.
Gotcha. And think about, let's maybe, I don't know if, I mean, since I know you don't play my account normally here, like think about my current account and the units that you set up, and then think about some of the typical kind of compositions, some of the meta units that people throw out when they see a comp like this here. What are some of those units for people out there that may be dealing with components here? What are some of those like top units that you like to throw in there when somebody runs a comp like mine?
All right, so that's another thing, say they take she will first pick. Well, that's why I made sure to build you and those anti-CC pivots. So if
Yeah.
they steal the shield from you, all right, what do you slam down? You can slam down the Ciara if you still want to contest speed. Your Ciara's got that speedly, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then you have a choice. Do you want to contest speed with them or not? Or there's going to be like a Savannah coming, an Okeanos. So you can go with it. Obviously, the triple revenge Vertihile.
Yeah.
He's going to become one of your worst nightmares. I don't know if I'm telling people how to counter you, but you have your triple
Mm-hmm.
revenge Vertihile to counter a similar comp to the one you're going to be running. And then, for example, the Mei Hu Wang. Against the Savannahs, the Tyrannas, the Leo, you can slam that Leo, man. The Leo is Savannah's, or she will comp Savannah, kind of like a worst nightmare. Also, the Josephine for those Okeanos, make sure you had that, in your back pocket. So
Mm-hmm.
Amelia, your Amelia is now like we're one off, but she's pretty much at 100% resistance. That Amelia, as long as she can resist the control, then that's it. She will shut them down once she gets that immunity up. You also have your Praha with that resist lead. I mean, there's just so many options on your account.
What are some of the things that get overlooked when you're setting up a new comp? You see somebody like, I think one of the things you pointed out on the side was the lack of artifacts. People are not taking advantage of the artifacts, farming those so you can get those added bonuses. Was there anything else that you can think of?
I mean, it's really that, and just scaling up your units, guys. Honestly, RTA, it can be the difference, guys.
Mm-hmm.
You almost every single unit that you use in RTA, I can't stress it enough. They got to be max skilled. They've got to be max skilled. And the single best tip I can give you is if your account is lacking speed, kind of like childish.
Yeah.
He get some will rooms, man. You got to farm those will rooms.
Mm-hmm.
If you have every single one of your units on will room, if you're playing turn 2, if you're playing that pick and that counter pick way, then get everything on will rooms. I guarantee you, they can. You basically gain one whole level in RTA just by having everything on will room to begin with. You can go for that. Can be the difference from going from F3 to C1, C1 to C2, so on and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
So artifacts for sure. Make sure you get proper artifacts. Don't just slap anything on. Don't look at the main stat and say, "Oh, I need this." One of the things I tried to do on the account when I was doing this is, guys, first put the artifacts on and then ruin the monsters.
Gotcha.
The reason for that is because you can get accuracy that you need through the artifacts. You kind of could get some crit damage, and you'll see, if you're getting defense or whatever, or speed increasing effect, whatever your team is, put the artifacts on first, and then put the runes on and make it gel together.
Gotcha. So when it comes to the artifacts for the aggressive, like YOLO comps here, obviously mine caters a lot towards more not just units that can do damage, but also can do some attack bar manipulation, a slow debuff, and then when it comes to recap, we got dot. So looking for those ones that provide the skill 3, just the overall crit damage, additional damage, skill 2, skill 3 accuracy, whatever the case may be. Those are obviously going to help, but outside of additional damage, outside of damage based on speed, is there any other like random stat that you could think of that maybe people overlook a little bit that they should consider when building a comp like this?
Honestly, guys, I would say accuracy.
Yeah.
A lot of people, you don't. Sometimes we just don't understand, and it took me a little while to realize it. But guys, accuracy turns into damage.
Mm-hmm.
For example, in this comp, if the Poseidon had no accuracy, if he can't land the slows, if he can't land those attack bar resets, then we don't get that second turn before they do. So that is turning into a lot of damage, right? If he is enabling the whole team to get another turn, that's a lot of damage.
Mm-hmm.
Defense breaks, or just the strips in general. The strips from the Shiwu turn into damage. We could not get that damage in if everything's on will, right? So
Right.
I would say accuracy, guys, it turns into damage. A lot of people don't value it as much, and you really should. You really should.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what I'm gonna do for the community here is we'll show a few matches after this unit showcase here, and so you guys can see. Because again, like I said before, I was gonna do some matches with you, so we could do like a senpai ace going to show and whatnot. But I did what I was supposed to do. I got my 30 wings done. I tested it out, and to my surprise, honestly, I didn't think I was going to do as good as I did. I bumped up. I tilted off so many points. I got down to literally 1142, ladies and gentlemen, and I was able to get up to 1367 before going back down to 1320 and losing a few matches due to RNG. So I felt really good, my man, because again, I felt like a lot of the matches that I won were just real smooth, real clean, not too much, frustration. But any matches that I lost, it was not because they were good. It's because I was bad. Like I made a mistake in the draft, or I made a mistake in the, like the ban. And so like it wasn't like like they just, they rocked me or anything like that. Like some of the people that I went up against, they were C1, C2, and I didn't have any trouble with it, which I feel like it's to be expected because, yeah, I feel like it's to be expected because, again, we consolidated quite a handful of runes here to do it. And so, again, for those of you guys that always remember this reference here, I still take it back to 2015, referencing my 7th episode of Educate, Dominate, and Bury, the man, the myth, the legend that, said to the community for the first time, it's not about like, building, random units here and there. It's about building teams, not runes, and consolidating your best runes on your monsters to go ahead and get the advantage on your opponent here. That was what he stated 5 years ago, telling them that's how I got the edge on the opponents, because he was building 7 units to be, immaculate, and everyone else was building 20 to 30 units and spreading out their runes too thin here. So it still holds true today, and hopefully these matches that will showcase you here in a little bit here will kind of give you an idea of how that basically all goes down here. So my man Ace, I want to thank you guys, thank you once again for coming on the channel, and I really do appreciate you helping me out with this account and optimizing it for RTA, boss.
Hey man, no problem. You're welcome. Honestly, man, I can hear the excitement in
Yeah.
your voice.
Oh,
And that makes
dude.
me feel so good,
Dude.
man. It really does. I'm glad you're enjoying it.
Yeah. So like, I even tell the people out there at the very end. Let me tell. I told him off stream. I told him off camera here, but I'm going to tell you guys again. So I did a match today, right? I was doing cardio today, so I got on my treadmill, brought my iPad over, did my last 8 matches here, and I got paired up. I got paired up with a person I was like still fighter 3, just got at the fighter 3. They were C2. I'm like, oh man, I've been winning too much here. Here we go. And so I played this person before. This person, without question, was the better person. The smarter person had the stronger count, but I was able to get the best of him. He didn't know what was going on. And I was screaming. I was legit screaming, like with excitement, like yelling at my thing. I mean, if somebody was walking down the street, okay, they would have heard me through my garage door. Like I was screaming that loud with so much excitement. Like it was a very intense match, and it was like I said, man, I wish I had like a small recording out there, but I don't think I could do it because I'm pretty sure I said some non-family friendly words while doing that match. But yeah, no, it was good stuff. It was good stuff. But
hey man, you know what? That's what it's all about, man. It's about having fun. RTA can be so toxic for so many people, man.
Yep.
But once you can have some fun, and honestly, this is the reason why I like this style of gameplay, because you can put it down, and the matches are so fast that you can just put it down and come back later. You don't have to sit there and get pounded on a few for 20 minutes and gain nothing.
Right.
It will only be 5 minutes if you lose.
For those that don't know, this account optimization is something that Ace does offer, but of course it's a service, like a lot of high level RTA players out there. Some of them provide services to the community. So if you guys are interested in that, I'll leave some information in the description down below if you guys want to go ahead and reach out to Ace to go ahead and assist you with your account. But I know, Ace, you do a lot of streams, you do a lot of YouTube videos, and sometimes you'll give pointers and help people out, with some basic guidance here. Is there a specific time that you stream? Maybe you have specific streams that you help out the community on those. Which days are those?
Yeah, so guys, usually I do a community help stream where I basically just, because I get so many people that ask me for help, and I just don't have the time to help everyone.
Right.
So what I do is I jump on someone's account for 30 minutes live on stream, and we knock out about 5 to 6 per night. And usually that's on Tuesday or Wednesday nights. So, you've got to hit that subscribe button on my channel, hit the notifications to know when I go live. And it'll either be on a Tuesday or a Wednesday. It just depends on my schedule, because I want to be able to have enough time to get on as many people's accounts as I can. So that's when I do that, and I help with with your dungeon teams, with guild, siege, arena, whatever you need, or even if you just want me to mess around with your RTA as well.
And to throw it out there too, for all my free-to-play players out there, like, oh man, that's unfortunate, I won't be able to take advantage of any kind of optimization services or anything like that. I do want to point out that I think a lot of the changes that can be made is something that you can literally learn by just simply asking questions. I don't think people watch enough videos enough. I don't think people really listen in sometimes to the knowledge that people are providing, because there's a lot of times where I've tuned in to G2, G3 players, and they, without question, provide such good advice for people out there. And they're like, oh man, it's not going to work for me because that's too general. Where they're like, no. It's like you just got to you got to make the changes, and do the work here. And again, take a look at Swap if you guys haven't already. Really good, website to take advantage of. And if I recall correctly, Ace, you have a video, right, showcasing how to use Swap and everything.
Yeah, so a lot of people Consoles had a certificate on there that was preventing us from getting our JSON file, which
Right.
is a file that you need to use this program. So I've got 2 different videos. They could just search my channel for them. And it's very easy. Right now they took that off, so it's only 5 minutes. It'll take 5 minutes to get your JSON file. So if you are not using Swap, I highly recommend it.
Yeah, sounds good. All right, guys. Well, we're gonna go ahead and end the video right there. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. It's your boy Childish and Ace with ChildishPlays checking out. Take care, and we will see you all in these RTA matches. We're out.
Enjoy. If you didn't know that Childish will be C1 this season,
Yeah, you and your outro.